Welcome to my fall video. I am taking out the fall colors and I am embracing fall. I don't like to say goodbye to summer, but it's inevitable. So I'm going to take this Cheez-It box and I'm going to reinforce it and learn some lessons from my last video. And rather than using this book, because I want to read the book, I end up doing a cardboard book cover. Lost for words. Okay, I'm back on track now. So I found this fabric that I have. It's from Grant's. It's 79 cents a yard. It's an old stash. It's bark cloth, and I love the texture, and I love these colors. So tearing into it is the first, like tearing a Band-Aid off, but you have to do it. So I started that, and now I am going to get the glue out and just glue this cover and start my cover process. I seem to like to start with the covers. Sometimes I change it up, but today I'm going with what I know, which is doing the cover first. Starting to cover that box that's been reinforced by a couple of layers, taking out my drying tool because I love using it. I'm going to cut these corners and make that corner, each corner fit snugly because I don't want to have any holes over there in the corners. So I'm not tremendously careful with this because it's all going to be glued down as far as, getting it all perfectly measured. Using my 3-in-1 glue or Fabri-Tac, same thing, I start to glue. And I'm going to take a little help from my clips. My binding clips are in a special little box, and there it is. And I decided I need a helping hand. So taking those clips out and clipping them down helps me to have another hand and get this process going faster. It's kind of ironic because I sat down to do this because I needed some therapy. I needed some junk journal therapy. And once I get going at it, I have to say sometimes I get a little stressed. Do you get a little stressed when you're in the middle of working on something? I don't know. It's supposed to be a happy time, and I have to remind myself of that sometimes. And what I start off with, sometimes with my ideas, as you'll see, watch till the end, please, because just like before, can I just add this in? I am at the YouTube algorithm bus stop waiting for YouTube to pick up my video. And if you watch it till the end, that helps me to get on that bus. So thank you for that. Okay, here I am deciding that I'm going to use this cardstock to line, and using my muslin, which that's what we call it in the United States. It's plain muslin. I actually once looked it up and it did say it was plain. So, and it gets a little confusing. Other people call it calico, but anyways, I'm using Natasha from Treasure Book's secret here of using a couple of different glues to make sure that this thing glues down. Her videos were the first ones that I started watching and learning about junk journals. So I don't always do double glue, but because today is a special day, I'm ushering in fall, I decided to use double glue. I found this little piece of some vintage fabric and I wanted it to peek through. And then I decided I wanted lace. Making all these decisions, and you'll have to see what the outcome is at the end because things might have changed. I have those bricks that I use to weigh things down with, and I have this really interesting Coca-Cola awl that my husband got me a long time ago, and I used that. I decided to take you through my sometimes frustrating, sometimes fun binding process. If you've made journals, then maybe this process is easy breezy for you. Sometimes it's a challenge for me, especially when I'm doing more than one signature. I don't put my signatures close together when I do more than one, and I don't know if I do that on purpose, but I think it's because I like to be able to have the person, whoever purchases this, which can be purchased on eBay at Bradsboots, look for the fall journal. You can add more things into your journal and have more room when you make it your own. When you make it your heirloom, then you will probably stuff it with things. And so having the signatures apart a little bit when I bind them allows for that room. So here we go. I finally got this to go where I want it to do. I sometimes have to use pliers. Making sure not to split that center is a challenge for me. And sometimes, like I said, it goes nice and smooth, and then other times it's a little bit of a wrestling match. Again, I'm not sure if you can relate to that. I'm sure you can, but I'm not sure, because some people can do things smoothly. And, you know, in the making of a video, it doesn't always go smoothly. So keeping that in just lets you know sometimes the struggle is real. It's fun, but it's real. Eventually I do get it to go where I want it to go, and comes down to the tying. And there we go with that. So that's good. Now we're all ready to put a few things away and get started with putting this into my cover. Get that cover out. Oh, do you see anything different here? See? Tell me if you do. All right, now I'm going to glue this down. I've got this muslin holding my double thickness cardboard that I used from a Lucky Charms box. It's cereal, and I'm gonna start gluing this down, and I'm using Natasha's trick again because I really want this to stick. Is there any reason why my hands hurt at the end of this? Squeezing those bottles of glue, they just don't want to come out. And I always forget to put them upside down to make it easier for me. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to get this done. And we are going to glue this down and then give it some time to dry. When I'm in the middle of making a journal, I sometimes like to speed it up because my thoughts are that I want to finish this. I love finishing things. I don't like unfinished work. Maybe that comes from being married to a procrastinator. I don't know. He doesn't learn from me, though. So gluing that down nice and securely, giving it a little help with the bone folder. I don't know that I like these pieces of fabric sticking out at the binding, but you'll wait to see in the end where we go with this. So here we are at the end now, and we're going to go through this beautiful fall journal and do the flip through. We're at the flip through already because I decided after watching my video that it might be too boring for you to have all that other extra stuff in of me working on the journal. I wanted you to know, though, how detailed and sometimes hard work it is, because when you price journals, people are not always appreciative of the price that they have to pay. I'm not a famous journal maker like some of the other people who are able to get $75 to $100 per journal. No, not in that category, unfortunately. So here we are, not feeling bad for myself, feeling good because I am finished with the journal and I'm showing you a flip through. Now, I just picked that up because just in case I needed to put anything in a pocket, but you know, I don't think I made any pockets in this journal. We'll have to see. I've got lots of nursery rhyme images because I have a Mother Goose book that I take images from, and I pulled some from there. I also utilized some of my dotted sari silk that I really love. So, no music. I'm trying something new. This is my second no music video. We'll see. Do you like videos without music? Some people get distracted. I personally would love to put a little piano playing in the background, but I'm trying to stick with my plan here and just show you my pages. I love this image. This is from a music sheet, some old folk songs, and I loved that image. I wanted to make an eclectic eclectic journal, so I included these French vocabulary cards here and there. I found a box at a thrift store, and while I would love to learn how to speak French, I'm sure I would probably not make it come out right, so I figured just put them in the journals. Here I have some little golden books that I took pages from, and the greens in this image is just so peaceful looking. Green can be such a peaceful color, in my opinion. So there's lots of places for you to write, and because there was nursery rhymes, it prompted me to draw this hopscotch game. I'm not even sure kids know how to play hopscotch anymore. I don't know. When I get up and I look for things, I find things that I end up putting in the journal, like those buttons. I have this card that was sitting on my desk that Suzanne T gave me. I thought maybe I would pop some vocabulary cards in there. That watercolor rose is just really pretty from a book that I have. And I've also used some scrapbook pages because I really need to use them up. I went crazy buying a ton of them in the beginning, so now I have boxes of them. My tea-dyed paper, I've been using that more and more, and I'm not checking. I need to check the stash and see if I'm going to need to make some more. But here's another vocabulary card, and that brings us to this French magazine that I got from Italy. It was mailed to me from Italy from someone on Etsy, and I just think it's gorgeous. So I put the pieces of that magazine in different areas. It's from 1950. So there you see, I've utilized that, and I turned it up so that way you'd get the full image. And if you're interested, I think I said it before, you can go to eBay on Bradsboots and look at the price, and I hope that you'll agree that I put it in at a very affordable price so that you can use this as a gift, or you can finish it the way you would like to do it. Now this page is alum. Part of the process was to put alum on it, and it didn't really come out the way that I wanted it to. I was trying to do pressed leaves on them and coffee dyed, and it didn't really come out right. And so it's got this kind of texture on it, so it's good for gluing, but not really good for writing. So that would be a perfect spot for you to add sentiments or anything that you would like to add. And now we're going to move to the last signature. There are 72 pages, front to back, and I've tried to make sure that there were plenty of pages to just write, because that's what some people like journals for. And this image right here, the color I love. And the one to the left with Bradsboots, that's my logo. I did the alcohol ink pages that I've had put away for a while. This is a letter that I have not read. It's from 1945, and the postage is very different. It says free instead of a stamp. I wonder what that conversation was like. Was it in the post office? Interesting. This peacock picture was so appropriate with the greens. And here's some more of that golden book that has beautiful graphics. And simple, just simple things, taped with some nice pretty washi tape. This is some old ledger paper, I'm not sure of the date. And I have some faux tape, old tape. And this, I finally parted with this. With the pumpkins, it just felt like it needed to be in this journal. And that too, I loved that. I did some stenciling here and there, and we're coming to the end. And no, I don't think I put any pockets in there. No, I didn't. Well, not every journal is the same. I make them different. I don't know if I can make two journals that are alike. I do have some dog, puppy, and cat journals that are the same format, but they're all different inside. So that's how I welcomed fall with this journal. And as you can see, I started off with the one thing, and this is what I ended up with. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.